At the moment, these functions are available in the United States. I don't know exactly how Global will handle this internationally. I think they're just piloting it in the US for now. So when you go to join Globe, you can go to the Globe website, globe.gov, and there's the first tab on their menu is about/join. And when you get there, go to create an account, and you get to see the different types of accounts that you can sign up for Globe. And it used to be that you could be a teacher, you could be a student, and you could be a citizen scientist. And the other categories were still are to an extent, gives you access to a community of people. Those were the main categories. But they've added this new category now that I think would be really useful to solar system ambassadors, and it's this informal educator volunteer coordinator category. And this is for any individual who leads programming in any capacity. So if you are leading corporate volunteer efforts, or you are, you're doing programming at a library or community center or anything like that, this category is for you. So you select that informal educator volunteer coordinator category, and you're going to get to this create an account page. At this point, you have two options. You can become a Globe educator, and they lump all the teachers and the informal educators into this Globe educator category, but just know that that applies to you. And when you so to do that, you're going to be taking the Globe training. So once you take that training, you have access to all of the Globe protocols. Or you can choose to join as a citizen scientist with the Globe Observer app, which is the simplest way to get involved in Globe. So with that, you just have to sign up with an email address, and you can take the in-app training, and that's basically all there is to it. That gives you access to the 4 protocols that are inside the Globe Observer app, which are clouds, mosquito habitat mapper, land cover, so it's on the land around you, and tree height. So I want to show you, there's a chart on that create an account page that tells you what you get for each type of account. And so here's that informal educator account. And what you see is with Globe Observer, you're going to be able to do those observations or make those observations that are inside the Observer, the basic function of the Observer app. You'll be able to see your data and see other people's data. You'll be able to submit research if that's something you're interested in, create a team, and see your own observations. So those are all things you can do. As an informal educator or a teacher, you will have your own page on Globe for your organization. It will be called an informal education organization. So you can call it, Solar System Ambassador, and then fill in your name or whatever makes sense. If you have a program that you routinely do and you want to set this up for that program, you could set it up that way. So you name your informal education institution. You get your own page for that. So you have a landing page for your organization. And with that, you can create student accounts. These are anonymous accounts people can use to do observations within Globe under your guidance. So if you're working particularly with youth, out of school programming with youth, and you want to be very careful about privacy and anonymity, this is a really great thing for you. Your organization will appear on the Globe website, so anybody can find you. New people coming can see who you are. And you'll be able to collaborate with other people. Because it's on that website, you'll be able to make connections in the Globe community, which is extremely valuable. The Globe community is so supportive, and it's a wonderful community to be a part of. And so this gives you access to all of that. And then you can submit data for all of the Globe protocols, not just the 4 that are inside the app, but Globe has nearly 50 different types of observations you can make using scientific equipment with additional training. And so you have access to all of that. So you can do a wider range of programming if you choose to. So it's really exciting that this opportunity is there for informal educators now, just as of last month. Another thing Globe has done that I find really useful, especially if you're new to Globe, is this new user roadmap system. Globe has a lot of resources, but it's not always easy to navigate through the vast volume of materials and find exactly what you need. And so the Globe program set up this series of roadmaps just to tell you, here are the basic things you should be, or you could be doing for each type of membership. So here's the informal educators one, and it's kind of in this checklist format, which the type of person I am, I love seeing those checklists. So, you for each step, these are the things that you should do, required and optional tasks. And then these things down here are things that you could do if you choose to. You don't have to do all of it, but you have access to those things. And then the last one is an optional task that is completely up to you. So we have these roadmaps. Here's the citizen science roadmap, and there are fewer options on there. They have a little bit less access, that not everything's unlocked because you don't have all the training. But you have a lot of things you could do as a citizen scientist, just registered through the Globe Observer app. And honestly, a lot of the communities you work with are going to be here in this category. The last thing I wanted to highlight on the Globe website is the tutorial center. And like I said, Globe has had a lot of training resources, but they've been in different places. And what they've done with this tutorial center is gather all those electronic resources together in one place and create, a series of not just links, but categories for you to go through and find those resources. So, you're ready to do more Globe than just the app. You want some protocol training. Well, there it is, under protocol training. Or you're a little confused about some of the data entry processes. There's this editorial. So it's really nice that all of this is in one place now. I'm actually going to exit out of here and go to the Globe website and just show you where that is really quick. So on the Globe website, these resources are the ones I showed you first are under About, Join, and then you can learn about the program. There's new information there, Ready to Join, and this is where all the account types I showed you, and then the Create an Account page that I showed you are right here. The user roadmaps are under Training, and the tutorial center is under Training. And right now I'm not logged in, so I only have access to the public users. Once I log in and they see that, oh, you're a citizen scientist, I'll see the citizen science roadmap. And if you're already Globe trained as an informal educator, then you'll see the options for informal educators as well. So let me go back, and I wanted to show you a couple other resources that we have on the Observer site that I think you will find really valuable as country coordinator. On the Globe Observer site, observer.globe.gov, we have this toolkit for informal educators, and it's to give you material to help you go out and do your community events. And Kristen, I'm going to hand this off to you because Kristen did a lot of this work, so she can explain it better than I can.
Well, so yeah, there's the toolkit has some general information, but one of the new things that we're trying to roll out more of is sort of audience-specific guides. So we have a pre-existing one that's for Girl Scouts that talks about how to use the 4 Globe Observer tools that doesn't include Eclipse because that's such a temporary one, but that kind of specifically for Girl Scout audiences and kind of tying into some of the things that Girl Scouts do. That one exists already. And then this library guide is one that's sort of new and in progress that you see on the left side there. And it has suggestions for specifically how you might adapt using the Globe Observer app with specifically library audiences. We're also working on one for camps that should be coming out in the next few months. I think that again is not some overlap certainly between these, but trying to get some audience specific ideas, things that might help you use it in those specific settings. And there is actually a 4-H one that's specifically clouds. That's a little bit older, so we just have clouds. So those are all in the toolkit for informal educators, as is some things specifically for Eclipse. The screenshot on the right there is from a presentation that you can use if you're talking to groups about preparing for the eclipse. It has sort of a background of how you can use the Globe Eclipse tool to measure to measure air temperature and observe clouds, as well as sort of, and how that works in the app, as well as some other ways you can observe and take observations during the eclipse. And it's there as a PDF, as a PowerPoint, as a Google Slides that you can make a copy of, so you can modify that, take the slides out, the bits and pieces that are useful to you. We have plans to do more of those. There will be one that's more focused on the science. Again, we're talking about the earth science aspects of it. We have right now a one-pager about some things you might see during the eclipse in terms of clouds and wind and air temperature. And we're constantly adding new resources as we develop them. And then we're also translating many of them. So the atmosphere one-pager is already in English and Spanish. This presentation here, the Globe Eclipse Preparing for 2023 and 2024, will be translated into Spanish, but we don't have that done quite yet. So that's all under this. If you go to the Globe Observer website, observer.globe.gov, and then lead a program, and the guides are under there, and then it's separated out by toolkit. I think Holly's gonna show us there. So under the lead a program menu are where you'll find some of these. So there's the eclipse, and then the guides. You can also get to the eclipse information there. Though I thought I had changed out that graphic. I thought I'd put the new graphic on that page, which is interesting because I noticed that earlier today. And then under Do Globe Observer, also there's more eclipse resources, more focused on specific, like how to do observations and sort of the mechanics for an individual observer.